Hi everyone, we're from High School's Culinary Arts program, and today we're going to be teaching you how to make classic vanilla cupcakes with buttercream icing. Okay, to start you're going to want to know how to properly measure dry ingredients from wet ingredients. So here we have a wet ingredient measuring cup, and you would put things like milk or water or melted butter in this. This is a dry measuring cup, and you would put things like flour, sugar, anything that's not wet in this. And then these are measuring spoons, and you can use these for dry or wet measuring. And they're just on a smaller scale, like tablespoon and teaspoon. So to properly make, bake, or cook anything, it's best to have mise en place, which is when you just have all your ingredients and equipment already ready for you before you start cooking or preparing anything. So for today, we have flour, all-purpose, salt, baking powder, milk, melted butter, vanilla extract, sugar, and 2 eggs. And that's what we're going to use to make our vanilla cupcakes. Also, for mise en place, you want to make sure your oven is preheated as a part of that. Okay, so we can go ahead and get started with the mixing. This is our mixer that we're going to use. To mix, we're going to use a paddle mixer and not like a whisk or anything. So we're going to start with putting our dry ingredients in an all-in-one bowl, except for sugar. So we've got the salt, the baking powder, and the flour together, and we're just going to whisk that together, making sure it's all incorporated. So we have that. Next, we're going to beat together the sugar and the 2 eggs. This is just going to go until it's light and foamy, which is about 2 minutes. Okay, so this is what it should look like when it's light and foamy. Next, we're going to pour in our melted butter and our vanilla. So we're just going to, while it's beating, we're just going to pour this in gradually. Not all at once, we don't want it to splash. We want it to get all the way incorporated. So that's the butter, and next we're going to add the vanilla extract. Alright. Make sure that's incorporated. And then while it's slowly mixing, we're going to add in some of our flour mixture, about half. So it doesn't have to be too exact. You don't want to add too much. Alright. So that's about half, and then we're going to let that mix a little bit. And now we're going to add in our milk, all of it, not just half. And now the rest of the flour. Be careful not to over mix your batter, but still get it all incorporated.
mixing it in. Just a quick stir. Sorry. And that's about how your batter should look. So go around the sides of the bowl with a spatula and scrape down the sides into your mixture and make sure that gets all the way mixed in.
After your batter is ready, you will then focus on preparing your pan. What you will need is your cupcake tins, your 12 count cupcake tin, and then your batter, and then your portion scoop. And you also want to make sure that you use a portion scoop so that way the cupcakes are all the same size. Alright, so now you want to line your cupcake tin with the liners. After your pan is lined with your cupcake liners, you want to make sure you get an even scoop and then just place it, even it out, make sure it's level so it's an even amount. And then you want to place it in your cupcakes. And make sure your cupcake tin is about 2/3 of the way full. After you filled your cupcake liners with the batter, you just kind of want to go by with a wet paper towel or just a paper towel and wipe up all the drippings that might have. Okay, after everything's been filled, just make sure your oven is set and you place it there. Also make sure to set your timer so you have the correct amount of time.
Okay, now that we've got the cupcakes baking, we've got to get started on the icing. So we're going to go in with our mise en place again. So for buttercream icing, we'll need half a cup of butter or 2 sticks, 3 cups of confectioner's sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 or 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. We're going to start by mixing together the sugar and the butter. So we're going to, this is softened butter. Sides and make sure that you get all the butter and all the sugar well incorporated. Now that it's mixed, we're going to turn the mixer on a medium speed and let that go for another 3 minutes. Now it's been 3 minutes since we've been beating this icing. This is what it looks like. We're going to turn it off now so we can add our vanilla and whipping cream. That's 1 teaspoon of vanilla and then 1 to 2 tablespoons of whipping cream. And you can add more whipping cream later if you need to adjust the spreading consistency. Now we're going to continue to beat that on a medium speed until it is well incorporated. The cupcakes are done. We're going to take them out of the oven. Make sure you use an oven mitt. You don't want to burn yourself. And we're going to set those aside to cool in the pan for about 10 minutes. Okay. So now that we've let our cupcakes cool for 10 minutes, we're just gonna scoop them out of the pan and let them cool completely on a wire rack. Now we're gonna let them cool completely. Alright, so now that your cupcakes have cooled completely, you're gonna get ready to frost them. So here I've got a piping bag, a piping tip of your choice, and a tall cup. That's how we're gonna get the frosting into the bag.
Alright, so you're gonna start by putting the frosting tip in the bag. Just open your bag up. And then just slide the tip down in there. Make sure it holds. So then you're gonna put the bag in the cup. And what you're gonna do is you're going to fold the top over the cup. So that you have an opening that you can put your frosting in. This just makes it easier to get the frosting in the bag as opposed to having someone put it in there for you and having to hold it open. Alright, so now we're going to scoop the icing into our bag. Alright, so you're gonna cut the tip off of your bag, and then you're going to twist it to close it up. And then just squeeze until you can see the frosting come out. All right, now we're gonna start frosting them. What you wanna do is you wanna start from the middle. Don't squeeze it too hard. And just go outwards.